kindly keep the applause coming until they all find their correct positions this afternoon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your generous applause. Please do not tire. Please do not tire. Continue. This is a very special moment, and the effort we make now is just a simple token of our appreciation. I believe we now have all the very deserving awardees in position at this time. And just a slight correction, we now will receive the arrival of the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, and Ms. Mary Felix. Recognizing that we are so well versed with protocol, we are already in the standing position. We will now receive the arrival of Their Excellencies Sir Errol Charles and Lady Anicia Charles, Governor General of St. Lucia. Shall we all stand? I reiterated the point, given that I noticed a few people still seated. Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. We do expect the arrival of the Governor General and his wife shortly. Shall we all assume the attention position as we receive a rendition of the national anthem by the Royal St Lucia Police Band? Thank you very much, Royal St. Lucia Police Band. And we kindly ask all of us to remain standing as we call upon Father Anthony, Monsignor Patrick Anthony, to lead us in the opening prayer. Shall we all assume a position for prayer?
Tendeno ti kongo sulla me mama. Ayo tendeno ti kongo sulla me mama. Tendeno ti kongo sulla me mama. Tendeno. Au nom du Père et du Fils et du Saint-Esprit, ainsi soit-il. Let us praise God in Lucian psalms. In canticles, in cathedrals of palmists, chapels of flamboyant, shrines of banana fronds, grottos of cocoa, groves of ripening mango, sanctuaries of anthurium, holy places of fern, praise the Lord. O cleanse this earth, O Lord, from hypocrisies of spirit, cruelties of heart, idolatries of mind, envies of eyes, seductions of palms, besetting vices of the soul. O Lord, save us. The profligate route. Par mon Dieu, nous remercions pour aujourd'hui l'occasion ça là. Remercions pour Saint Lucia. Bel ti pays aux abanons. Ouvert chez nous pour nous attendre parole et pour parole ça guider nous. From Isaiah 7 verse 4. The Lord said to Isaiah, "Go with your son Shear-Jeshub and meet Ahaz at the end of the conduit of the upper pool on the Fuller's Field Road and say to him, pay attention, keep calm, have no fear. Do not let your heart sink because of these two smoldering stumps of firebrands who have plotted to ruin you. It shall not come true. It shall not be." The word of the Lord. Heavenly Father, we lift our voices as a nation today, giving you honor and glory for the beauty of our land and our people, oh God. We thank you for the achievements of our St. Lucians. We ask you, Lord God, to cleanse our hearts and our minds of all that is not of you, so that we may with pure hearts and minds reach out to you today and glorify you. Papa, nettoyez chez nous en Sainte Lucie. Tuez chez nous, papa. Chochope chez nous en sang, notre Seigneur Jésus-Christ. Lavez-nous, papa, condamnation. Bénis gouvernement, nous, papa. Bénis opposition. Bénis tout même qui a ménagé le pays. Et puis quand nous venons ensemble après-midi, papa, nous allons lever voix, nous allons honorer, nous allons glorifier. Bénis tous ces Saint-Luciens qui s'appellent nous l'honneur aujourd'hui. We give you honor and praise as we lift our voices to you, you who are Lord forever and ever. And we pray, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Tendeno ti kongo sulla me mama. Ayo tendeno ti kongo sulla me mama. Tendeno ti kongo sulla me mama. Tendeno. Tendeno, tendeno.
Many thanks, Father Patrick Anthony, for the opening prayers. Ladies and gentlemen, you may take your seats at this time. It was almost as if we were having an upper room experience when Father Patrick Anthony came and led the opening prayers with all the wind that came through. I had to look for a moment to see if tongues of fire would also come down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a joyful occasion. We are here at the Investiture ceremony, Order of Saint Lucia, and Public Services Long Service Awards ceremony. An event that will culminate our Independence 46 celebrations. Devant as some, health and well-being for a prosperous nation. That is the theme that we pondered on throughout this time of the 46th anniversary. Governor General and Chancellor of the Order of Saint Lucia, His Excellency Sir Errol and Lady Charles, President of the Senate, Honorable Alvina Reynolds, Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Claudius Francis, Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, and Consort, Miss Mary Felix, Governor General Emerita, Dame Perlette Louise, Cabinet Ministers and Parliamentary Secretaries, Members of Parliament, Cabinet Secretary Mr. Augusto Degazon and Mrs. Degazon, also co-chair of the National Independence Committee, Permanent Secretaries, Heads of Public Services and Commissions, Members of the Diplomatic Corps, Reverend Monsignor Dr. Patrick Anthony, and other members of the clergy, members of the National Awards Committee, our very special investiture recipients, special invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you a very warm and hearty springtide greeting. Now, I know you find it odd that I mention springtide, as geographically, spring doesn't seem to affect us very much in St. Lucia. But if we ponder just a little bit on two ideas, you may understand why I refer to springtide. Just 2 days ago, we entered the season of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. And I'm sure we can all agree that our days are slightly lengthened because of that. A little more daylight as we go into the evening. We can be thankful for that. But more significantly today, as we ponder on spring, spring is that season that brings the blossoming of new flowers. It's a time that many in the temperate zones look forward to. All the cold, not all of it, but some of it has passed on, and we look forward to flowers. And today, we give flowers to some very special people in our midst. Very special St. Lucians who have excelled in their fields of endeavor, who have used their time and their talent and even some of their treasure to advance our nation. So I think we understand why I say we are having a springtide greeting this afternoon. So without further delay, you have been such a wonderful audience already. I'd like to call on the chair of the National Independence, the Award Ceremony Committee, Mrs. Mauricio Thomas Francis, to give us the opening remarks. Mrs. Thomas Francis.
Thank you very kindly, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. I'm tempted to follow Monsignor Dr. Patrick Anthony with Kayo, 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 but I don't think I memorized sufficiently the lyrics, so I will let that pass. Perhaps I can get a little bit of lesson from him so that next time I can do it better. Governor General and Chancellor of the Order of Saint Lucia, His Excellency Sir Errol and Lady Charles, President of the Senate, Honorable Alvina Reynolds, Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Claudius Francis, Prime Minister, Honorable Philip J. Pierre and Miss Mary Felix, Governor General Emerita, Dame Perlette Louise, Cabinet Ministers and Parliamentary Secretaries, Members of Parliament, Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Auguste Degazon and Mrs. Degazon, Permanent Secretaries, Heads of Public Service Commissions, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Reverend Father Monseigneur Dr. Patrick Anthony, and other members of the clergy, fellow members of the National Awards Committee, investiture recipients, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Today, we gather to celebrate 40 remarkable souls who have woven their dreams into the fabric of our beloved St. Lucia. These 40 daughters and sons of our soil stand before us not merely as individuals, but as beacons of excellence whose light illuminates the path for generations to come. This year's event is exceedingly special, for among our esteemed awardees, we are thrilled to have, or to celebrate rather, 3 of our global icons whose indelible achievements have inspired many. Julian Alfred, the world's Olympic gold medal sprinter for 2024, who continues to leave her indelible mark on the global stage. Olympian Laverne Spencer and renowned cricketer Darren Sammy. Their dedication and talent have brought us much pride as a country. In the quiet moments of the journey, when doubt casts its fondest shadows and its longest shadows, today's honorees chose courage over comfort. They chose to persist when others might have retreated. They chose to believe in the possibility of extraordinary achievement, not just for themselves, but for the greater glory of St. Lucia. Each recipient we honor today represents a unique thread in our nation's tapestry. From the dedicated educators who have shaped young minds, to the cultural ambassadors who have preserved our heritage, from the innovative entrepreneurs who have created opportunities, to the community leaders who have strengthened our local fabric. Their contributions form the cornerstone of our national development. In honoring these distinguished citizens, St. Lucia underscores the importance of recognizing excellence outside of the traditional political and institutional spheres. Our country is built on the foundation of its people, their vision, their labor, and their unwavering spirit. By bestowing these prestigious awards, we acknowledge that national development is not solely driven by policies or infrastructure, but by the people who dedicate their lives to making our country better every single day. The Investiture Awards we bestow today, the highest recognition our country can offer, speak to a profound truth that greatness often resides in the everyday acts of service, in the unwavering commitment to excellence, and in the courage to dream beyond the conventional boundaries. Aristotle once noted, and I quote, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit," unquote. The consistent pursuit of excellence by our honorees is a testament to their dedication and commitment to their craft. These awards are more than more symbols of achievement. They are a testament to St. Lucia's recognition that true national progress is built upon the individual excellence of its citizens. When we honor civilian achievement at this level, we declare to every St. Lucian child that their aspirations matter, that their potential is boundless, and that the nation stands ready to celebrate the success. Look around this ceremony. Each honorary story is a chapter of our national narrative of excellence. Their achievements remind us that greatness does not always announce itself with fanfare. Sometimes it whispers in the dedication of a public servant, working beyond the call of duty. It echoes in the passion of an artist, preserving our national heritage. It resonates in the innovation of an entrepreneur, creating opportunities for others. The ripple effects of their accomplishments extend far beyond this ceremony. When we honor dedication, we inspire others to pursue their highest calling. When we recognize service, we strengthen the bonds that make our nation whole. To our honorees, your journey to this moment has no doubt been marked by countless hours of unseen effort, by challenges overcome in solitude, by victories celebrated quietly. Today, your nation stands to applaud not just your achievements, but the spirit of excellence you embody. You prove that when individual achievement aligns with national purpose, the result is transformative. To those witnessing this ceremony, let this moment ignite your own pursuit of excellence. Let these stories of achievement remind you that within every St. Lucian beats the heart of potential greatness. Let these honors demonstrate that our nation recognizes and celebrates those who dare to excel. As we proceed with the investiture ceremony, we do more than distribute awards. We write another chapter in our nation's story of excellence. We affirm our commitment to recognizing those who lift our nation higher through their personal and professional achievements. In closing, I would like to express my profound thanks to all the persons who have made today's recognition event possible. The nominators who selflessly took the time to seek out and submit nominations in respect of our many unsung heroes. Honorable Prime Minister and the team at the Office of the Governor General. My profound appreciation also to the National Awards Committee membership, which I am exceedingly proud to lead. Members present, please stand to be recognized as I call your names. Mr. Wilbert King. Give him a round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Kenshri Jean-Pierre. Miss Imam Louis, our secretary. 3 of our members, unfortunately, are absent today, but I will call their names. Assistant Commissioner of Police Elvis Thomas. Miss Sharon Ephraim. And Miss Malika Compton, whom regrettably could not join us today due to competing engagements. They are, however, present with us today in spirit. Let's give the committee another round of applause. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this celebration of excellence, dedication, and national pride. Welcome to Investiture 2025. Du vent ensemble. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Mauricio Thomas Francis, for your very, very kind remarks, very informative remarks as well. Very well received. At this time, it is my responsibility to introduce the orators for today's investiture ceremony, who did a fine job last year and are here again. So we call upon and recognize the presence of Mrs. Natalie Jolie Fanis and Ms. Kiba Tilliam. At this time as well, I would invite His Excellency Sir Errol Charles and Private Secretary to the stage for the commencement of the investiture ceremony. At this time, I'd like to bring to our attention as an audience that we will commence the investiture. Mrs. Natalie Jolie-Fanis is invited now to read the citations for the awards that follow. Thank you.
Bon après-midi. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. His Excellency, Governor General, as Chancellor of the Order of Saint Lucia, on the advice of the Prime Minister, has been pleased to award the honor of Knight Commander of the Order of Saint Lucia to Dr. Cato Thomas Lawrenson for exceptional and outstanding service of national importance to St. Lucia. Dr. Cato Lawrenson, named the world's foremost engineer physician scientist by the NAACP, is a globally renowned pioneer in biomaterials, stem cell science, nanotechnology, drug delivery systems, and regenerative engineering, a field he founded. Influenced by his father, Cyril Lawrenson, a distinguished St. Lucian carpenter, Dr. Lawrenson has revolutionized medicine and advanced global healthcare. Currently, the distinguished endowed professor of orthopedic surgery at the University of Connecticut, Dr. Lawrenson has earned countless accolades, including the Spingarm Medal from the NAACP and the National Medal of Technology and Innovation, the highest honor for technological achievement in the United States, awarded by President Barack Obama. He has also received the oldest and highest awards from both the National Academy of Medicine and the National Academy of Engineering. Dr. Lawrenson's groundbreaking work combines polymer ceramic systems with nanofiber technology, creating revolutionary 3D systems for tissue regeneration. His innovations have not only shaped modern biomedical engineering, but also launched new interdisciplinary fields. For his contributions, he was recognized as one of the 100 engineers of the modern era by the American Institute of Chemical Engineers. Dr. Lawrenson collaborates actively with the South Louis Community College in St. Lucia, spearheading initiatives like the Just Us Moving St. Lucia program, JUMP, which promotes healthier lifestyles. He has also donated his autobiography, Success is What You Leave Behind, to schools and libraries across the island. Dr. Lawrenson played a pivotal role in establishing the inaugural World Congress on Racial and Ethnic Health Disparities in St. Lucia, positioning the nation as a center of academic excellence. He is also working with the Government of Saint Lucia to develop a National Academy of Science, Technology, and Art. Dr. Lawrenson holds a BSE in Chemical Engineering from Princeton University, an MD magna cum laude from Harvard Medical School, and a PhD in Biochemical Engineering, Biotechnology from MIT, where he was named the Hugh Hampton Young Fellow. As CEO of the Connecticut Convergence Institute for Translation in Regenerative Engineering, he continues to lead transformative innovations and research. Dr. Lawrenson's legacy of mentoring, fostering inclusivity, and advancing science globally reflects his enduring impact on medicine, education, and humanity. for exceptional and outstanding service of national importance to St. Lucia, Dr. Cato Thomas Lawrenson is awarded the Knight Commander of the Order of Saint Lucia. Sir Cato Lawrenson. We now recognize the recipients of the St. Lucia Cross, awarded to any person who has rendered distinguished and outstanding service of national importance to St. Lucia. Mr. Darren Julius Garvey Sammy, for distinguished service in the field of sports, cricket, and youth development. Darren Sammy is a leader and global ambassador whose contributions to cricket and St. Lucia's national pride are unparalleled. Born in Juga, Miku, Sammy's passion for cricket began early, inspiring his rise from a young enthusiast to an international icon. His career commenced at the age of 17 in 2001 with the Northern Windward Islands, and by 2004, he became the first St. Lucian to represent the West Indies in international cricket. Known for his all-round abilities, Sammy excelled in Test, ODI, and T20 formats, achieving historic feats such as taking 7 wickets for 66 runs in his Test debut against England. Sammy served as West Indies captain in all formats of the game. However, his most formidable achievements emerged from the T20 format. Sammy led the West Indies to 2 ICC World T20 titles in 2012 and 2016, a distinction unmatched in cricket history. The Boseju Cricket Ground was renamed the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground in July 2016, a testament to the respect and admiration he commands. His leadership extended to the international scene, where he served as captain in the Indian Premier League, Pakistan Super League. He was granted honorary citizenship in Pakistan for his commitment, excellent leadership, and charisma. In the Caribbean Premier League, Sammy represented St. Lucia from its inception as player, captain, and more recently, coach, where he delivered St. Lucia's first CPL championship in 2024. Beyond cricket, Sammy is an ambassador, role model, and mentor. His Darren Sammy Foundation, established in 2016, supports underprivileged youth through sports and education. Sammy's unwavering commitment to St. Lucia has made him a symbol of resilience and excellence, inspiring future generations while promoting his homeland on the global stage. Receiving on his behalf, we invite his wife, Mrs. Kathy Sammy, to receive the St. Lucia Cross for distinguished service in the field of sports, cricket, and youth development. Thank you, Mrs. Sammy. Laverne Donnellan Spencer for distinguished service in the field of sports, high jump. Laverne Spencer is a forerunner whose achievements have transformed St. Lucian sports and inspired countless individuals. As a high jumper, Spencer became a queen of first, breaking barriers for St. Lucians on the global stage. At just 17, she won bronze at the 2001 World Youth Championship in Hungary, marking St. Lucia's first international track and field medal. She went on to become the island's first full-time professional athlete and achieved numerous historic milestones. Spencer is the first and only St. Lucian to win Pan American Senior Gold Medals 2015-2019, qualify and medal at the Continental Cup, and win gold at the Commonwealth Games. She was also the first to compete in the finals of the Olympics, World Championships, and World Indoor Championships, and to medal at the prestigious Diamond League. Representing St. Lucia at 4 consecutive Olympic Games, 2008 to 2021, and 5 Commonwealth Games, 2002 to 2018, Spencer served as flag bearer on all 10 occasions. Her dominance in local sports is unmatched, winning St. Lucia Sportswoman of the Year title 16 times, including 8 consecutive wins, and earning Junior Sportswoman of the Year 4 times. Spencer holds St. Lucia's high jump record set at age 14, a record that still stands 26 years later. At the peak of her career, she ranked number 3 globally and number 1 in the Western Hemisphere, solidifying her legacy as one of the Caribbean's most decorated female high jumpers. Laverne Spencer's achievements have not only elevated St. Lucian sports, but also inspired a new generation of athletes, proving that dedication and resilience can break boundaries and create history. For distinguished service in the field of sports, high jump, Laverne Donnelly Spencer is awarded the St. Lucia Cross. Julian Alfred for distinguished service in the field of sports, track and field. Julian Alfred, affectionately known as Juju in St. Lucia, is St. Lucia's most recent trailblazing athlete, hailing from Cicero in South Castries. Born on June 10, 2001, her athletic journey began at Cicero Combined School, where her talent was first recognized by her late teacher, Simeon Stephen. She honed her skills with Survivors Athletics Club under coach Cuthbert Modeste, and later attended St. Catherine High School in Jamaica from 2015 to 2018. Julian then moved to the U.S. on an athletic scholarship, earning a degree in youth and community studies from the University of Texas, where she flourished under coach Eldrick Floriel. Julian's career is defined by historic achievements. At the 2024 Paris Olympics, she won St. Lucia's first ever Olympic gold medal in the 100 meters with a national record of 10.72 seconds, and claimed silver in the 200 meters with 22.08 seconds. Earlier that year, she made history at the World Athletics Indoor Championships, becoming the first NCAA woman to break the 7-second barrier in the 60 meters, clocking 6.98 seconds to win gold. Julian also won gold in the 2024 Diamond League Finals in Brussels and received the prestigious Bowerman Award in 2023. Her earlier accolades include silver medals at the 2022 Commonwealth Games and the 2018 Youth Olympics. Locally, she has been recognized as Junior and Senior Sportswoman of the Year. Through humility, discipline, and perseverance, Julian Alfred has brought immense pride to St. Lucia. Her groundbreaking achievements inspire youth and elevate the island's global recognition. As a national icon and role model, she represents the pinnacle of athletic excellence and continues to pave the way for future generations. We call her uncle, Mr. Moses Alfred, to receive the medal on her behalf. For distinguished service in the field of sports, track and field, Julian Alfred is awarded the St. Lucia Cross.
We now recognize the recipients of the St. Lucia Medal of Honor, awarded to any person who has rendered eminent service of national importance to St. Lucia or has performed an outstanding, brave, or humane act to a national of St. Lucia or any other country. The St. Lucia Medal of Honor, Gold, Mr. Peter Irvin Foster, KC. Mr. Foster is being recognized for eminent service rendered in the field of law. Peter Irvin Foster, a distinguished attorney at law and head of the firm Foster's, has made significant contributions to the legal profession, both locally and internationally. As one of His Majesty's King's Counsel, Foster has consistently demonstrated exemplary service and dedication to the legal field. Born on June 16, 1959 in St. Lucia, Foster earned a BA Honours Law degree from the University of North London in 1982 and a Certificate of Standing from Lincoln's Inn in 1983. He was called to the Bar of England and Wales and the St. Lucia Bar in the same year, marking the start of a distinguished legal career. His admittance spans multiple jurisdictions, including Anguilla, 1983, Tortola, 1984, Grenada, 2005, St. Kitts and Nevis, 2010, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 2019. Foster was appointed Queen's Counsel, now King's Counsel, in September 2012. Foster's professional affiliations include membership in the International Bar Association, the OECS Bar Association, and the St. Lucia Bar Association, where he previously chaired the Publications Committee. He also serves as chairman of the Lincoln's Inn Caribbean Alumni, reflecting his enduring commitment to legal education and mentorship. Beyond his legal practice, Foster has held prominent appointments, including Justice of Appeal of the Court of Appeal of Belize and former Speaker of the House of Assembly of St. Lucia. He also chaired the St. Lucia Tourist Board of Directors, showcasing his leadership in both legal and civic spheres. Peter Irvin Foster's career reflects a profound dedication to justice, governance, and public service, earning him a distinguished reputation within and beyond the legal profession. For eminent service rendered in the field of law, Mr. Peter Irvin Foster, KC, is awarded the St. Lucia Medal of Honor, Gold. Dr. Morgan Delphinus. Dr. Morgan Delphinus is being recognized for eminent service rendered in the field of linguistics, St. Lucian Creole. Morgan Delphinus is a distinguished educator and consultant with over 40 years of expertise spanning all levels of education, including teacher training, quality assurance, curriculum development, and educational management. He has contributed significantly to performance management, institutional capacity development, and diversity and equalities initiatives, showcasing his commitment to fostering inclusive educational environments. Delphinus holds a doctorate in Caribbean and African languages, 1981, a master's degree in business administration attained in 1998, and a degree in linguistics and African languages. His linguistic proficiency extends across English, French, ESOL, and various Caribbean and African languages, reflecting his dedication to multicultural education and communication. Professionally, Delphinus has held pivotal roles in organizations such as the National Association of Inspectors and Education Advisors from 1986 to 1993 and the Institute for Learning 2007 to 2012. He has worked with institutions like Newnham College for further education, Reading University, and City College, implementing strategic educational change and fostering innovation in curriculum and assessment. His expertise extends to education in voluntary and community organizations, business administration, and regeneration projects. As a consultant, he has driven impactful projects including performance management of Department for Education and Skills Initiatives and quality assurance for the Windsor Fellowship. His voluntary contributions span 19 years, particularly with Black Supplementary Schools and the East London Black Women's Organization. An accomplished author, Delphinus has published extensively on Caribbean and African languages, culture, education, and English as a second language. His work exemplifies a lifelong commitment to education, equality, and cultural heritage, making him a pioneering figure in his field. For eminent service rendered in the field of linguistics, St. Lucian Creole, Dr. Morgan Delphinus is awarded the St. Lucia Medal of Honor Gold. Mr. Giles Romulus. Mr. Romulus is being recognized for eminent service rendered in the field of national development. Giles Romulus is a distinguished figure in environmental planning and management, recognized locally, regionally, and internationally for his contributions. He played a pivotal role in developing St. Lucia's first Protected Areas Plan in 1992 and led the establishment of the Peace Management Area, PMA, culminating in its design as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2004. Romulus spearheaded the nomination process, preparing and defending the PMA's dossier in China. As a transformative leader, he served the St. Lucia National Trust in various roles from 1988 to 2003, elevating it to a globally recognized institution. He also co-founded the Soufriere Regional Development Foundation and managed the Soufriere 2000 Retreat, setting the foundation for sustainable development in the country. Since 2012, Romulus has served as the National Coordinator for the Global Environment Facility Small Grants Program, GEF SGP, UNDP in St. Lucia. Under his leadership, the program has invested $26.9 million in 134 projects addressing climate change, biodiversity conservation, land degradation, and community development. His work has fostered innovation, alternative livelihoods, and education, impacting communities island-wide. With over 32 years of dedicated service, Romulus has demonstrated an unparalleled commitment to St. Lucia's development, combining vision, passion, and tireless energy. His contributions reflect a deep love for his country and its people, leaving a lasting legacy of environmental stewardship and sustainable progress. For eminent service rendered in the field of national development, Mr. Giles Romulus is awarded the St. Lucia Medal of Honor Gold.
And we know that this ceremony never ceases to inspire us to achieve more and more. And I am certain that the recipients today have not ceased their efforts in achieving great things. This is just a transition period. And so congratulations again to all of you who have already received your special figurative flowers, as I mentioned earlier. Yes, so before we move to our interlude, I'd like to call back Mrs. Natalie Jolie, who will take us through the Medal of Merit.
The St. Lucia Medal of Honor, Silver. Reverend Father Ignatius Dominic Savio Setut. For eminent service rendered in the field of liturgy and community development. Reverend Father Ignatius Dominic Savio Setut, parish priest of the Archdiocese of Castries, has dedicated over 3 decades to spiritual leadership, community development, and advocacy for social justice in St. Lucia. Ordained to the transient diaconate on July 2nd, 1987, and the priesthood on July 2nd, 1989, he currently serves as parish priest at St. Anne's Parish in Monorpo-Mico. Father Setut holds a Bachelor of Arts in Theology from the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, and a Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology from Central Michigan University. He also possesses specialized training in family and child studies and psychiatry from institutions such as Michigan State University and Sacred Heart Mercy Healthcare Center in Michigan. As a spiritual leader, Father Setut has provided guidance in pastoral care, fostering moral strength and unity among parishioners. His contributions include serving as acting cathedral administrator, episcopal vicar for the Eastern Vicariate, chairperson of the Presbyterial Council, and retreat master. His inspiring sermons and counseling sessions have profoundly impacted individuals and families, especially in times of grief and crisis. Father Setut's dedication to community upliftment is evident in his mentorship of youth and advocacy for social justice. He has addressed critical issues such as poverty and inequality while promoting cultural preservation by integrating traditional music and practices into religious life. As an active member of numerous professional organizations, including the American Psychological Association and the Alliance of Mental Health and Psychosocial Professionals, Father Setut exemplifies humility, service, and devotion. His unwavering commitment has left an indelible mark on the spiritual, social, and cultural fabric of St. Lucia, earning him widespread respect within the Archdiocese of Castries and beyond. For eminent service rendered in the field of liturgy and community development, Reverend Father Ignatius Dominic Savio Setut is awarded the St. Lucia Medal of Honor, Silver. Round of applause once again for Father Setut. Mr. Dominic Chester Alexander. For eminent service rendered in the field of community development, national development, economic development, youth development, and community service. Dominic Alexander, a visionary leader from Soufrière, has significantly contributed to civil society, economic and community development, education, and youth engagement. Known for his humility and dedication, Dominic has constantly prioritized his community's well-being over personal interest. As a senior manager at the Soufrière Regional Development Foundation, Dominic transformed the organization, expanding its focus from tourism infrastructure to addressing social, educational, and economic challenges. Under his leadership, the SRDF doubled its revenue, increased staffing, and introduced new revenue streams, including the now iconic Sulphur Springs mud baths. This diversification established St. Lucia as a leader in regional health and wellness tourism. His strategic leadership reduced reliance on government funding, enabling resources to be redirected to underserved communities nationwide. Dominic's community development initiatives include negotiating funding to bring pipe-borne water to over 80 low-income residents in Diamond and revitalizing the Tet Paul Nature Trail, now a top Soufrière attraction. He initiated the Soufrière New Year's Eve fireworks display and strengthened the Soufrière Soup Kitchen's monthly contributions benefiting vulnerable residents. His Soul to Soul project, in partnership with Slippery Rock University, provided thousands of shoes to underprivileged school children and residents. Dominic's influence extends to education and tourism. He co-authored a book chapter on carnival tourism and serves as a guest lecturer at Queen Mary University. His efforts have garnered international recognition, including representing Caribbean civil society at the World Bank Caribbean Economic Competitiveness Forum. Dominic's tireless dedication to uplifting lives and advancing sustainable development has left a lasting legacy in Soufrière and beyond. For eminent service rendered in the field of community development, national development, economic development, youth development, and community service, Mr. Dominic Chester Alexander is awarded the St. Lucia Medal of Honor, Silver. Congratulations. Mr. Egbert Lucian is our third recipient of the St. Lucia Medal of Honor, Silver. For eminent service rendered in the field of poetry, community service, and nation building. Egbert Lucian's life and work were profoundly shaped by his roots in social service and education, with his father serving as a social worker and his mother as a teacher. While attending St. Mary's College, Lucian discovered a passion for poetry and began writing earnestly. His talent was formally recognized in 1988 when he received the Minville and Chasney Award for Poetry. His poetic works have been featured in notable anthologies including Confluence, 9 St. Lucian Poets, and Roseau Valley. In the late 1970s, Lucian founded the Organization of Amateur Poets, fostering a space for young writers to grow and share their work. His dedication to youth empowerment extended to his role as host of the radio program Youth Stimulus and editor of the magazine Youthful, where he addressed issues impacting the younger generation. Lucian also made significant contributions to public service. He served as a senator from 1995 to 1997 and held the office of mayor of Grosley twice, first from 1997 to 2002 and again from 2021 to 2023. As a proud father of 7, Lucian's literary influence endures through his sons, Damien René and Vladimir Lucian, both of whom have garnered acclaim as award-winning writers. Lucian's legacy is one of creativity, mentorship, and dedication to the arts community and the development of St. Lucia's cultural identity. For eminent service rendered in the field of poetry, community service, and nation building, Mr. Egbert Lucian is awarded the St. Lucia Medal of Honor, Silver.
We now recognize the recipients of the St. Lucia Medal of Merit, awarded to any person who has performed long and meritorious service in the arts, sciences, literature, or any other such fields to St. Lucia. Mr. Philip Zephyrin Calixt. Mr. Calix is being recognized for long and meritorious service in the field of arts, music, calypso. Philip Zephyrin Calix, widely known as Face, is a celebrated St. Lucian musician and songwriter with a career spanning decades. Born and raised in Castries, his passion for music was nurtured by his musically inclined family and his exposure to a local band room. He began his journey as the lead guitarist for Magic Circle, performing on the hotel circuit before joining the Opus Band on celebrity cruises. Over time, he performed with Soundsplash, Oasis, and later formed his own band, Mosaic, as lead singer and guitarist, working on various cruise ships. Face's love for music naturally extended to songwriting, particularly in the calypso genre. Initially penning songs for his brother Robbie, he soon became a prolific songwriter, crafting over 500 songs across genres like gospel and pop, though calypso remains his favorite. His works reflect social and political commentary, producing hits such as Dead Hero Society, Robbie, Culture, Exterminator, Minister of Bacchanal, Short Pants, and Ladies First, Teddy Boy. In 2023, Face achieved his first Calypso Monarch win with Ghetto Prize and Won't Forget Minel for T-Blacks, and also wrote standout pieces for Oshun and Teddy Boy. One of his songs, Down by the River, was recently selected by a Hollywood producer for a film. Face's enduring dedication to songwriting and his contribution to St. Lucian Calypso have left an indelible mark on the nation's cultural heritage. He remains committed to showcasing St. Lucian music on the global stage. For long and meritorious service in the field of arts, music, calypso, Mr. Philip Zephyrin Calix is awarded the St. Lucia Medal of Merit, Gold. Mr. Pancruz McGriffin Theodore. Mr. Theodore is being recognized for long and meritorious service in the field of education and community development. Mr. Pancruz McGriffin Theodore, widely known as Mighty Terror, was born in Vieux-Fort, St. Lucia. He pursued undergraduate studies in soil science at Michigan State University, followed by a degree in economics and a master's in economics specializing in money and banking from the University of Ottawa, Canada. Mr. Theodore's career was multifaceted, encompassing roles as an educator, agricultural technician, economist, financial and insurance specialist, and cultural activist. At his alma mater, St. Mary's College, he instilled discipline and values in students, excelling in Latin instruction. As an agricultural technologist at the Ministry of Agriculture, he supported banana farmers during St. Lucia's Green Gold era by providing soil analysis services. After working as an economist at Statistics Canada, Mr. Theodore returned to St. Lucia as Deputy Director of the National Insurance Corporation, NIC. Alongside then-Director, Ms. Emma Hippolyte, he played a pivotal role in stabilizing pension funds, modernizing NIC operations, and establishing NIPRO, a developmental arm of the organization, recognized as a leading institution in the OECS. As Mighty Terror, Mr. Theodore transformed St. Lucia's cultural and musical landscape. He pioneered the Calypso movement, becoming the island's first Calypso monarch and holding the title a record 8 times, 7 consecutively. His compositions addressed social and political themes, capturing pivotal moments in St. Lucian history. His contributions are chronicled in Ember Charles's book, The Reign of Terror. In addition to his Calypso legacy, Terror was a talented trumpeter and vocalist, performing with the Big Six Orchestra and founding the Southern Brothers Orchestra. He also contributed to steel pan music as a member of Rhythm Makers Pan Harmonies Orchestra, the first steel band to tour the Windward Islands. His contributions remain integral to St. Lucia's cultural heritage. For long and meritorious service in the field of education and community development, Mr. Pancras McGriffin Theodore is awarded the St. Lucia Medal of Merit Gold. Mr. Lincoln Francis. Mr. Francis is being recognized for long and meritorious service in the field of education and community development. Mr. Lincoln Francis, a dedicated community organizer from Vigier in Vieux-Fort North, has served his community with distinction. Between 1987 and 1994, he was vice president of the Cardinals Youth and Sports Club, where he inspired and mobilized local youth toward positive action. In 1994, he became vice president of the Vieux-Fort North Youth and Sports Council, a position he held until 2006. Concurrently, from 2000 to 2006, he served as a National Council member of the St. Lucia Football Association, significantly contributing to the development and organization of football both nationally and within Vieux-Fort North. In 1999 to 2000, Mr. Francis chaired the Comfort 2000 Project, a national initiative commemorating St. Lucia's 20th independence anniversary. His leadership spearheaded beautification and community development efforts across the constituency. From 2012 to 2016, he served as deputy chair of the Vieux-Fort North Constituency Council, overseeing impactful initiatives that continue to benefit residents. He remained an active councillor until 2021, furthering the council's mission of community improvement. In 2018, Mr. Francis was appointed a Justice of the Peace, extending his commitment to justice and public service. In 2021, he was appointed chairman of the Vieux-Fort North Constituency Council, where he continues to lead transformative initiatives for his constituency. Mr. Lincoln Francis's decades-long dedication to community empowerment and development exemplify his unwavering commitment to the people of Vieux-Fort North and surrounding areas. For long and meritorious service in the field of education and community development, Mr. Lincoln Francis is awarded the St. Lucia Medal of Merit Gold.
St. Lucia Medal of Merit, Silver, Mr. John Peters. For long and meritorious service in the field of engineering. An accomplished civil engineer and ordained minister, this professional has built a remarkable career spanning infrastructure development, construction law, and national service. Holding a BSc in Civil Engineering from the University of the West Indies and an LM in Construction Law and Practice from the University of Salford, UK, he is a registered professional engineer in St Lucia and a member of the Association of Professional Engineers of St Lucia, where he has served as President, Vice President, and immediate past President. His tenure in public service includes roles such as Senior Engineer 1989 to 1991 and the Chief Engineer 1991 to 1995 in the Ministry of Communications, Works and Transport, where he managed multi-million-dollar budgets and oversaw landmark projects such as the West Coast Road, the East Coast Road, and the Castries-Grosley Highway. He also served as chairman of the Engineers Registration Board from 2017 to 2020 and is currently a member of the Appeals Tribunal of the Development Control Authority 2017 to present. Beyond engineering, his contributions extend to publishing, ministry, and consultancy. A columnist for The Voice newspaper and author of Engineered for Success, he has consulted on major hotel projects and provided expert construction law services throughout the Caribbean. He also contributed to rehabilitating St. Lucia's sports infrastructure, including the now Darren Sammy cricket ground. His legacy reflects excellence in engineering, law, and community development, underscored by his leadership in national boards and transformative public and private projects. For long and meritorious service in the field of engineering, Mr. John Peters is awarded the St. Lucia Medal of Merit Silver. Miss Evangelist Irene Daisy. For long and meritorious service in the field of education and community development. Miss Evangelist Irene Daisy is a highly dedicated educator with over 40 years of teaching experience. Born and raised in the community of Marcia, Castries, she began her career teaching elementary students from Standard 1, that's currently grade 3, to Standard 4, which is now grade 6, and she now teaches secondary level students from grade 9 to 11. In 2002, Ms. Daisy earned a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Economics and has since pursued professional certifications, including specialized training in integrating special education needs and technical vocational education into the national curriculum through the University of West Indies, Mona. She also holds a certificate in Standard First Aid from the St. Lucia Red Cross. Ms. Daisy served as the head of the Mathematics Department and is a local and regional marker for CSEC examinations, including Principles of Business, Mathematics, and both the Standard 6 and Common Entrance examinations. Beyond her professional commitments, Ms. Daisy is deeply involved in her community. She's an active church member, holds leadership roles in various organizations, and volunteers her time to teach after-school youth programs and adult literacy classes. Since 2019, she has prepared questions and solutions for the Castries East Annual Mathematics Quiz. Ms. Daisy's contribution to education and community service reflect her unwavering commitment to the academic and personal development of her students and the wider Castries East community. Her passion for teaching and dedication to service make her a role model in the field of education. For long and meritorious service in the field of education and community development, Miss Evangelist Irene Daisy is awarded the St. Lucia Medal of Merit Silver. We won't say whose favorite she is. Mr. Hamilton Kuhlman, for long and meritorious service in the field of education and community development. Hamilton Kuhlman has distinguished himself as an exemplary educator, community leader, and advocate for social development in St. Lucia. With a career spanning over 4 decades, his unwavering dedication to education and community service has left an indelible mark on the nation. Mr. Kuhlman holds an executive diploma distinction in leadership and school management from the Institute of Business, UWI St. Augustine, Trinidad, and a diploma in agriculture credit from the St. Lucia School of Agriculture. He is also a certified professional teacher, having graduated from the Teachers Training College in 1978. Mr. Kuhlman served as principal of the Salterbus Combined School from 1984 to 2014, where he inspired countless students and educators to achieve academic and personal excellence. His tenure as a teacher at the same institution beginning in 1970 reflects a lifelong dedication to education and mentorship. Beyond his contributions to education, Mr. Kuhlman has been deeply involved in community service. As a Justice of the Peace since 1988 and a Commissioner of the Teaching Service Commission since June 2024, he has continued to serve with integrity and leadership. Notably, he was chairman of the Choiseul Salterbus Constituency Council 2012 to 2016 and president of the Salterbus Cooperative Credit Union 1988 to 2005, fostering development and economic empowerment in his community. Hamilton Kuhlman exemplifies the spirit of service, positively shaping St. Lucia through his leadership and commitment to progress. Mr. Hamilton Kuhlman is awarded the St. Lucia Medal of Merit Silver for long and meritorious service in the field of education and community development. Unfortunately, Mr. Hamilton is unwell, but his son, Dasher Jules, will collect on his behalf. His grandson.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Jolie. And we will now have a musical rendition. I think it's a good time for us to have some music. Can I invite Mr. Kyle Ernest to lead us from musical interlude? Much, Mr. Kyle Ernest. We definitely saw that you enjoyed that, and we indeed ourselves enjoyed that. I think he deserves another round of applause. Excellent guitar solo. Unfortunately, we don't allow encores in such settings. I'll now like to call on Ms. Kiba Tilliam to continue reading the citations, this time for the category of the St. Lucia Lepitor Medal.
The St. Lucia Lepitor Medal is awarded to any person who has performed long and meritorious services to St. Lucia, tending to promote loyal public service, national welfare, or to inculcate and strengthen community spirit. Mr. Cyprian Duplessis. Mr. Duplessis is being recognized for having performed long and meritorious service in the field of sports. Cyprian Sly Duplessis hails from Denny Riviere in the Mabia Valley, where he has dedicated his life to farming and community service. As a lead banana farmer during the height of the banana industry, he played the role of lifelong champion in farming. However, his most significant contributions were in the field of sports, particularly football. Starting as a skilled player, Duplessis earned a reputation as a fleet-footed winger for his local club and the Mabia Valley District team, where his speed and agility left opponents trailing behind. After an illustrious playing career, he transitioned to coaching, a move that revolutionized football in the Valley. Duplessis introduced scientific and technical methodologies to coaching, which elevated the Mabia Valley youth teams to national prominence in the 1990s. Under his leadership, the district won multiple youth football championships and produced a national youth football captain, along with several other key players. His influence extended to the senior team, which rose from the lower divisions to compete at the highest levels of national football. Through his vision, dedication, and innovative coaching, Duplessis transformed the Mabia Valley into a respected football powerhouse. His legacy endures as the district continues to win national trophies and produce talented players. Duplessis' tireless efforts and passion for sports have left an indelible mark on his community, making him a true icon of the Mabia Valley. For having performed long and meritorious service in the field of sports, Mr. Cyprian Duplessis is awarded the St. Lucia Lepitor Medal, Gold. Mr. Tedbert Reynold Theobald. Mr. Theobald is being recognized for having performed long and meritorious service in the field of community development. Mr. Tedbert Theobald has been a committed and vital member of the St. Lucia Diabetes and Hypertension Association, SLDHA, since 2002. Over the years, he has served in numerous pivotal capacities, including floor member, Southern representative, Public Relations Officer, and Chair of Finance. Currently serving as Vice President, Mr. Thiebels continues to play a central role in advancing the organization's mission and objectives. Driven by a deep passion for combating diabetes and hypertension, Mr. Thiebels has dedicated himself to improving the health and well-being of the St. Lucian population. His tireless efforts and strategic contributions have significantly strengthened the SLDHA's impact on the community. Mr. Thiebels holds diplomas in tropical agriculture, agricultural extension, and mass communication, as well as a Master of Business Administration. His extensive professional experience includes roles such as Agricultural Information Officer, Consultant Specialist, Head of Communication, and Managing Director. With his blend of academic qualifications, professional expertise, and unwavering dedication to public health, Mr. Thiebels exemplifies the qualities of a true leader and advocate. His work continues to inspire progress within the SLDHA and positively influences the broader St. Lucian society. For having performed long and meritorious service in the field of community development, Mr. Tedbert Reynold Thiebels is awarded the St. Lucia Lepitor Medal Gold. Alfia Emmanuel. Ms. Emmanuel is recognized for having performed long meritorious service in the field of the arts. Alfia Emmanuel has profoundly shaped the cultural and artistic landscape of St. Lucia, dedicating decades to dance and the arts. As the director of the Avid Dance Ministry for 24 years, she has transformed it into a symbol of hope, inspiring audiences in St. Lucia and across the region, including Barbados, Trinidad, and St. Vincent. Avid's annual January 1st dance production is now a cherished tradition, marking renewal for the new year. Alfia's contributions extend beyond Avid as she introduced countless St. Lucian dancers to global opportunities such as the Alvin Ailey Dance Institute summer programs. Her mentorship has cultivated prominent cultural leaders and enhanced major events, including St. Lucia's independence celebrations and carnival bands like Excess Energy. She also founded the Help a Child program, providing financial aid to underprivileged students. A visionary and compassionate leader, Alfia Emmanuel's legacy as an artist, mentor, and advocate for education and empowerment is unparalleled. For having performed long meritorious service in the field of the arts, Alfia Emmanuel is presented with the St. Lucia Lepitor Medal Gold.
We now recognize the recipients of the St. Lucia Lepitor Medal, Silver. Miss Matilda Nelson. Having performed long and meritorious service in the field of community service. Matilda Nelson, born and raised in Moshi Grosley, is a passionate seamstress and dedicated community servant. Her educational journey began at Moshi Combined School and concluded at Corinth Junior Secondary School at age 16. She then worked at the garment factory in Massad Industrial Estate, where her love for sewing blossomed. Her sewing talents have greatly benefited her community. She mends school uniforms for children at the local daycare and elementary schools free of charge, ensuring they always look presentable. Many families in Moshi rely on her to sew school uniforms, often receiving her services even if unable to pay. In 2015, Ms. Nelson hosted the Jeunesse Creole pageant in Moshi, sewing all the evening wear costumes and covering most of the expenses herself. She has also sponsored Moshi's representatives in the Mamzelle Creole National Pageant. As a co-founder of Moshi Jazz 2012 to 2016 and the first president of the Moshi Vendors Association 2014 to 2016, she helped promote her community and create economic opportunities. Owner of Merlin's Place, a restaurant and bar, Ms. Nelson uses her business to support fundraising activities and feed the destitute. She also cares for an elderly amputee, providing meals, medication, and assistance with his home. Ms. Nelson's selflessness, creative talent, and commitment to her community have made her a cherished figure in Moshi Grocery. For having performed a long and meritorious service in the field of community service, Miss Matilda Nelson is awarded the St. Lucia Lepitor Medal Silver. Absolutely gorgeous. Pastor Sherwin Griffith. For having performed long and meritorious service in the field of education and liturgy. Pastor Sherwin Griffith, originally from Guyana, has been a citizen of St. Lucia for 32 years, contributing significantly to the nation in education and religion. As pastor of the Wesleyan Holiness Church in St. Lucia for over 3 decades, he has deeply impacted countless lives through his ministry. He has also served as a board member of the Wesleyan Church in the Caribbean and frequently ministers at churches both locally and internationally. In 2001, he was honored as valedictorian among 55 Third World Christian leaders at an advanced Christian leadership course in Hawaii, USA. In education, Pastor Griffith taught in St. Lucia for 23 years, 22 of which were at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, where he left a lasting legacy before retiring in 2013. He has contributed to public discourse by publishing newspaper articles, speaking on radio programs, and delivering addresses at national events and school graduations. He has also authored scripts reflecting on the thoughts of Sir Arthur Lewis, St. Lucia's Nobel laureate. Pastor Griffith's dedication to national service extended to his role as chairman of the Integrity Commission of St. Lucia, serving 2 terms, 2009 to 2012 and 2018 to 2021. Through his faith, teaching, and leadership, Pastor Griffith has played a transformative role in St. Lucia, leaving a legacy of service and inspiration. For having performed long and meritorious service in the field of education and liturgy, Pastor Sherwin Griffith is awarded the St. Lucia Lepitor Medal Silver. Mr. Virgil Burke. having performed long and meritorious service in the field of arts. Born in Vieux-Fort, Virgil Amos Burke, affectionately known as Gobek, is a passionate advocate for St. Lucian culture, drumming, and the arts. He attended Vieux-Fort Infant Primary, Junior Secondary, and the Senior Secondary schools, where he nurtured his early passion for popular theater and drumming. After graduating, Virgil taught at Plainview Combined School for 8 years before joining the Folk Research Center as a program coordinator for Theater of the People, Théâtre Pepla. He also ran Burke's Driving School in Vieux-Fort for several years. Virgil honed his drumming skills through workshops and traveled to islands such as Martinique, Dominica, Guadeloupe, and Jamaica as an accompanying drummer. He co-founded influential cultural groups like Tabou Mele, Avot Service, and Kui, playing a vital role as a lead drummer. His collaborations extended to groups like PI African Drummers, Belleville Lawas, and the Deriso Lawas groups, as well as the Gua Mouvement National Street Orchestra, ensuring St. Lucia's cultural heritage thrives. Virgil also mentors students in the South, assisting with creative arts for national flower festivals. Beyond his artistic endeavors, he cultivates a small farm in Miku and works as a water technician at Wasco. Dedicated to preserving St. Lucia's traditions, Virgil's contributions to the arts, education, and community life are invaluable. For having performed long and meritorious service in the field of the arts, Mr. Virgil Burke is awarded the St. Lucia Lepitor Medal, Silver.
The St. Lucia Lepitor Medal, Bronze, Mr. Darwin Clement. For having performed long and meritorious service in the promotion of community service. Darwin Clement, a devoted community servant and model volunteer, has significantly impacted the Gros Islet constituency and beyond through his tireless efforts and leadership. A founding member of the Gros Islet Independence Committee, Darwin's professionalism and dedication have made him an essential contributor to community upliftment. As president of the Marshy Development Committee for over 8 years, he organized initiatives such as the annual Christmas Carol Festival and provided support to the underprivileged through hampers and vouchers. During the COVID-19 lockdown, Darwin selflessly packaged and distributed food supplies, often including produce from his own garden. Darwin also facilitated academic and life skills support for students through the Marshy Community After School program. He further demonstrated his commitment by volunteering with the Ministry of Health's home quarantine team during the pandemic, ensuring visitors adhered to protocol. Selected to manage collection points for the Replast OECS project, Darwin inspired his team with his leadership and dedication. As president of Volunteer St. Lucia's Gros Islet chapter, he mobilized resources for community projects, including distributing school supplies and hampers. Darwin's extensive volunteerism includes major national events such as CPL and ICC tournaments, the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival, and cultural celebrations like La Rose and La Marguerite. His efforts in St. Lucia's semi-professional football league and events organized by the Cultural Development Foundation further highlight his multifaceted contributions. Currently serving as National Volunteer Coordinator, Darwin's commitment to volunteerism and community development continues to enrich the lives of many across St. Lucia. For having performed long and meritorious service in the promotion of community service, Mr. Darwin Clement is awarded the St. Lucia Lepitor Medal, Bronze. Mrs. Nelista Rambali. For having performed long and meritorious service in the promotion of community development and community service. Nelista Rambali, a devoted community leader and entrepreneur, has been a cornerstone of the Labe community in St. Lucia for over 50 years. After moving to the area upon marrying her husband, Hezekiah Rambali, she dedicated her life to uplifting those around her. As a key figure in her church, Nelista has led the Community Services Department for the past 18 years. Under her leadership, the department thrives, exemplified by the successful Wednesday feeding program, which provides meals to over 100 individuals weekly. Her companion and unwavering dedication have earned her widespread respect as a caring and selfless community member. In addition to her service, Nelista is the proprietor of Saul Bexar, a thriving business that has created vital employment opportunities, especially for single mothers. Her business savvy and leadership have significantly contributed to the economic growth of her community. Nelista's commitment extends beyond her church. She organizes a weekly Sabbath feeding program and has worked tirelessly to preserve the legacy of the community's Creole choir. This choir remains a cherished cultural feature at funerals, church services, and community events. Through her dedication, kindness, and entrepreneurial spirit, Nelista Rambali has made a profound and lasting impact, inspiring others to follow her example of service and generosity. For having performed long and meritorious service in the promotion of community development and community service, Mrs. Nelista Rambali is awarded the St. Lucia Lepitor Medal, Bronze.
We now present the National Service Cross. The National Service Cross is awarded only to an officer of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force not below the rank of Assistant Superintendent, an officer of the Fire Service not below the rank of Deputy Fire Chief, or an officer of the Prison Service not below the rank of Deputy Chief Prisons Officer who has rendered loyal and devoted service beneficial to St. Lucia. The National Service Cross is awarded to Superintendent Burton de Turville posthumously. Enlisted on August 1st, 1991, Burton de Turville provided 31 years of loyal and devoted service beneficial to the government of St. Lucia. He was a career police officer who underwent extensive training in the areas of narcotics and operations. He was a longtime member and later commander of the drug unit for a number of years, where numerous successes were recorded. On August 9, 2021, ASP Burton de Turville was transferred from the complaints unit to the special branch. He was promoted to the rank of superintendent on February 1, 2023. He continued to serve with distinction until his untimely death on February 16, 2023. Superintendent Burton de Turville was a formidable leader who is fondly recalled as a humble servant who effortlessly achieved any task set out before him. He led as he wanted to be led, with grace and compassion which was unmatched. Never one to utilize his rank to ensure compliance, his men would blindly follow his lead without question. His legacy as a humble and accomplished servant of St. Lucia lives on in the lives he touched and the example he set. For rendering loyal and devoted service beneficial to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, the government and people of St. Lucia, Superintendent Burton de Turville is awarded the National Cross posthumously, and we invite Ms. Sharon Eugene, his common law wife, to collect on his behalf. Showers of blessing. And now we present the St. Lucia National Service Medal, awarded for outstanding and meritorious service to members of the Royal St. Lucia Police, the St. Lucia Fire and Emergency Services, the St. Lucia Prison Services, and commissioned officers of a cadet corps. Mr. Kieran James, for outstanding and meritorious service to the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, the government and people of St. Lucia. I'll just allow for persons to get out of the rain before I continue. Mr. Kieran James is not here, so I'll go ahead and read his description and then invite his representative to collect the medal. Captain Kieran James, born on March 5, 1963, has dedicated his life to education, youth development, and national service. He joined the St. Lucia Cadet Corps in September 1977 while attending Cashie's Comprehensive Secondary School, marking the beginning of a lifelong commitment to leadership and patriotism. Captain James began his teaching career in September 1982, imparting knowledge and values to students at Canon Laurie Anglican Primary, Cicero Combined Primary, Marcia Primary, and currently Entrepot Secondary School. Within the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, Captain James has held various key positions, including Unit Officer, Communications Officer, and his current role as Company Commander for Delta. He played a pivotal role in developing and implementing the Delta Challenge, an orient competition designed to enhance cadet skills and foster awareness of St. Lucia's historical landmarks. As chairperson of the NEMO Communications Committee for over 15 years, Captain James has been instrumental in disaster response efforts, including Hurricane Tomas, the Christmas Eve Trough, and Hurricane Elsa, where he served as net controller. Captain James views service to his country as an honor and has influenced generations of youth with his principles of patriotism, discipline, vision, and determination. His contributions to education, disaster management, and the Cadet Corps have left an indelible legacy of dedication and leadership in St. Lucia. For outstanding and meritorious service to the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, the government and people of St. Lucia, Mr. Kieran James is awarded the National Service Medal, and his son, Keegan James, will accept on his behalf. Mr. Charles Alsey, for outstanding and meritorious service to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, the government and the people of St. Lucia. Assistant Superintendent of Police ASP Charles Alsey dedicated 35 years of exemplary service to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, having enlisted on January 20th, 1989. On February 1st, 2023, he was officially promoted to ASP after having acted in the position on several occasions prior to his confirmation. Over the course of his distinguished career, ASP Alsey showcased outstanding policing skills in the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, and the Police Complaints Unit, and at various police stations across the Northern and Southern Divisions. ASP Alsey's tenure in the CID was marked by numerous successful major investigations, solidifying his reputation as a capable and diligent officer. He also served as officer in charge of the Central Police Station, where he faced and overcame significant challenges. Under his leadership, the station underwent notable improvements, reflecting his commitment to enhancing operations and boosting morale. Before retiring, ASP Alsey acted in the rank of Superintendent of Police within the Central Division, continuing his legacy of distinguished service. His leadership, dedication, and significant contributions to law enforcement have left a lasting impact on the Royal St. Lucia Police Force and the communities he served. For outstanding and meritorious service to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, the government and people of St. Lucia, Mr. Charles Alsey is awarded the National Service Medal.
Mr. Deland Jules, St. Jules. Mr. Deland St. Jules is being awarded for outstanding and meritorious service to the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, the government and people of St. Lucia. Major Deland Jerome St. Jules, raised in the Marsha community, developed a passion for youth organizations during his time at the Marsha RC Combined School, now renamed Bishop Charles Gachet RC School. His early involvement in the Cub and Scout troops laid the foundation for his commitment to service. Inspired by the St. Lucia Cadet Corps' role in assisting the community after Hurricane Ale in 1979, he joined the Cadet Corps in September 1980 through the Castries Comprehensive Secondary School Cadet Unit. Cadetting became a way of life for St. Jules, who was deeply involved in drills and community activities. He participated in regional cadet camps in St. Kitts, Montserrat, and Barbados, and traveled extensively, gaining experience across Canada, the US, Europe, and the Middle East. His love for music flourished during the 1981 summer camp when he learned the bugle, eventually becoming a member of the Cadet Drum Corps. His passion for music helped revitalize the cadet band, which performed during the 2010 Independence Parade. Major St. Jules serves as aide-de-camp during a 2011 Regional Governor General's meeting and became the battalion commander of the Service Support Battalion, notable for feeding destitute communities during COVID-19. He also rose to become the director of music for the Royal St. Lucia Police Band, holding the rank of superintendent. Beyond cadetting, he is a member of the St. Lucia Shooting and Shokotan Karate Associations, Freedom Voices, and a vibrant performer known as D-Sax. Major St. Jules remains a dedicated community leader, musician, and advocate for service. For outstanding and meritorious service to the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, the government, and people of St. Lucia, Major Dylan Jerome St. Jules is awarded the National Service Medal. Mr. Cyril Salterbus. For outstanding and meritorious service to the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, the government, and people of St. Lucia. Major Cyril Joseph Salterbus was born on March 18, 1965 in Soufrière, but grew up in Vieux-Fort, where he attended the Vieux-Fort Junior and Senior Secondary Schools from 1980 to 1983. During his school years, he excelled in volleyball, football, and cricket, and joined the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, inspired by his brother, Lieutenant Hilary Salterbus. Over his cadet career, Major Salterbus held several positions, including Company Cadet Sergeant Major, Training Officer, and Adjutant, among others. He chaired the first Caribbean Training Officers Conference at a regional camp, becoming the youngest to do so. His dedication saw him attend numerous local and overseas camps, and he represented the Corps in shooting competitions in Barbados, Trinidad, and St. Kitts. Major Salterbus also built a successful professional career, working with organizations like Club Med, Winwood and Leeward Brewery Limited, and Le Soir Hotel in various maintenance and supervisory roles. His military interests led him to train with the Barbados and Trinidad Defense Forces. As one of the founding members of the Le Pavilion Royal Museum, located in Government House, Salterbus contributed significantly to its development and fundraising efforts. He served as president and treasurer of the Museum Association of the Caribbean. Appointed National Volunteer Coordinator in 2012, he fosters collaboration among NGOs and government-funded groups. Salterbus also served as aide-de-camp to Her Excellency Dame Paulette Louise and received the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal for his contributions. Known for his protocol experience, he co-authored a manual on etiquette for St. Lucia. For outstanding and meritorious service to the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, the government, and people of St. Lucia, Major Cyril Joseph Salterbus is presented with the National Service Medal.
Thank you very much, Kiba. And we are getting all the elements of the weather in this ceremony, but we are thankful. It's all part of the springtide. At this time, I think it would be good for us to enjoy a rendition from our very cherished Royal St. Lucia Police Band. Absolutely fantastic, as expected from the Royal St. Lucia Police Band, doing I Will Always Love You by the late Whitney Houston. So we continue with our lovely ceremony this afternoon. And now I'll call on Mrs. Natalie Jolie Fanis to read the citations for the long service medals. Thanks.
And this is our final category. Established in 1986, the Public Service Long Service Medal is awarded to a member of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, a member of the St. Lucia Fire Service, a member of the Prison Service, a member of the St. Lucia Civil Service, or a member of the St. Lucia Teaching Service who has served diligently and has been of exemplary conduct for a continuous period of 20 years. We begin with the St. Lucia Public Service. Mrs. Pamela Cadet de Turville. Mrs. Pamela Cadet de Turville has had a distinguished career in public service marked by dedication, leadership, and a commitment to excellence. Her journey began in April 1984 as Secretary 1 in the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Tourism. She advanced to Secretary 2 in 1989 in the Ministry of Planning, Personnel, Establishment and Training, later acting as Private Secretary to the Governor General. Her career progressed with promotions to Secretary 3 in 1990 and Administrative Secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs in 1993. Her expertise in organizational systems earned her the position of Establishment Officer 1 in 2000, followed by successive promotions to Established Officer 3 by 2003. In 2010, she became Organizational Development Officer 3 in the Ministry of Public Service, playing a pivotal role in enhancing organizational efficiency. She also acted as Secretary of the Public Service Commission and Director of the Organizational Development Division. Her educational achievements include an Executive Diploma in Public Sector Management, a BSc in Management Studies, a Certificate in Business Administration from UWI, and a Secretarial Diploma from the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. Mrs. Cadet de Turville's exemplary service and leadership make her a true asset to public service. Mrs. Pamela Cadet de Turville is awarded the Public Services Long Service Award. Mr. Leighton Anacletus Lawrence. Mr. Leighton Lawrence has had a remarkable career in public service, beginning in December 1973 with the Ministry of Agriculture as an agricultural assistant. His dedication led to successive promotions, becoming an animal health assistant in 1978, senior animal health assistant in 1987, and agricultural officer 4 in 2003. From 1997 to 2001, Mr. Lawrence served as manager of the St. Lucia Livestock Development Company, showcasing his leadership and expertise. He returned to the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, where he continued to make significant contributions. Mr. Lawrence holds several notable qualifications, including diplomas in agriculture and animal health, along with advanced training in tropical animal production in the Netherlands and poultry management in Israel. With decades of distinguished service and substantial contributions to agriculture and animal health, Mr. Lawrence is a highly deserving recipient of the Long Service Standing Award.
We recognize recipients for the St. Lucia Teaching Service. Miss Editha Marie Lucia Blanchard. Miss Editha Marie Lucia Blanchard dedicated over 4 decades to shaping young minds through education. She began her teaching career as an untrained educator paired with a senior teacher. Her natural charisma and dedication quickly made her a beloved figure in the classroom. In the 1960s, Miss Blanchard formalized her qualifications at the St. Lucia Teachers College, becoming a skilled educator. She taught Standard 4, preparing students for the pivotal Common Entrance examination. Her commitment to academic excellence and her ability to inspire students earned her widespread respect. Renowned for her discipline, creativity, and high expectations, Ms. Blanchard nurtured generations of students, many of whom became scholars and professionals. Even after retirement, she continued teaching and served as a chief invigilator for CSEC exams. Ms. Blanchard's legacy exemplifies the transformative power of education, and her lasting impact on her community earns her the Public Services Long Service Award. Mrs. Neela Alphonse. Mrs. Neela Alphonse's career in education exemplifies dedication and a profound love for teaching. She began her journey at the Bas-Lagras Infant School in 1951. Over 4 decades, she shaped young minds at schools across St. Lucia, including the Vieux-Fort Infant School and the Labrie Girls Primary School, where she served until her retirement in August 1992. During her tenure, Mrs. Alphonse briefly served as head teacher, demonstrating leadership and commitment to the educational development of her students. Known for her hard work, sincerity, and deep care for her school community, she played a pivotal role in nurturing and inspiring generations of learners. Her legacy extends beyond the classroom as a conscientious and dedicated educator whose influence has left an enduring impact on her students and the broader school community. She is recognized with the Public Services Long Service Award.
The Royal St. Lucia Police Force, Superintendent of Police, Kentry Frederick. Superintendent of Police Kentry Frederick dedicated 34 years of service to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, having enlisted on June 15, 1990. Most of his career was spent within the Police Marine Unit, where he was promoted to Superintendent of Police on June 1, 2022. Throughout his tenure, Superintendent Frederick played a vital role in securing St. Lucia's borders through numerous successful operations, leading to the seizure of illegal weapons and drugs. His efforts also contributed to improving the island's fishing industry and fostering collaborations with multiple agencies to implement effective border security policies. He attended various courses locally, regionally, and internationally, which enhanced his ability to serve in multiple ranks within the organization. As commander of the Police Marine Unit, he led with distinction until his retirement. For his unwavering dedication, professionalism, and contributions, Superintendent Frederick is highly recommended for the St. Lucia Public Services Long Service Award. Inspector of Police, Fanicia Poyot. Inspector Fanicia Poyot has had a distinguished career in law enforcement, culminating in her promotion to Inspector of Police on January 1st, 2021, while serving as Administrative Sergeant at the Central Police Station. With extensive experience across various stations and departments, she has consistently demonstrated dedication, commitment, and strong leadership. Inspector Poyot played a pivotal role in ensuring the efficient operation of key units, including the Police Complaints Unit, Immigration Department, Grocery Police Station, and the Traffic Department. Her leadership of the traffic enforcement team was particularly noteworthy, earning commendation for her effective management and contributions. Before her retirement, she acted as Assistant Superintendent of Police, overseeing the Central Police Station and ensuring continuity in operations during her supervisor's absence. Inspector Poyot's exemplary service to the Government of Saint Lucia reflects her unwavering professionalism and commitment to public safety, and she is awarded the Public Services Long Service Award.
St. Lucia and Seaports Authority, Ports Police. Woman, Port Police Corporal Margarita Remy. Corporal Margarita Remy, Woman Port Police Corporal 135, has dedicated 32 years of exemplary service to the Port Police Constabulary since enlisting in April 1992. Following her successful completion of training at the Royal St. Lucia Police Academy, she was elevated to the rank of Port Police Constable and has since served at both the George F.L. Charles Airport and the Seaport. As leader and role model, Corporal Remy has distinguished herself through her academic and professional achievements. She earned an Associate of Science degree in Criminal Justice from the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College and completed specialized training in maritime and aviation security. She also holds an advanced diploma in tourism management with distinction from Cambridge University, and in March 2024 achieved a master's degree in business administration, tourism from the University of Cumbria. Her contributions extend beyond her duties, including her gazettement as an immigration officer in 2007. Corporal Remy's remarkable dedication and achievements have had a lasting impact on the Port Police Department and St. Lucia. She is a deserving recipient of the St. Lucia Long Service Award. Woman Port Police Sergeant Lucia King. Lucia King, Woman Port Police Sergeant 77, has dedicated 34 years to the Port Police Constabulary, beginning her career on October 15, 1990 at the Huronora International Airport and Vieux-Fort Seaport. Her passion for aviation and maritime security was evident early on, earning her the Most Outstanding Female Award upon graduating from the Police Training Academy in February 1992. Lucia's commitment to excellence is reflected in her academic and professional achievements. She earned a certificate in business administration from the University of the West Indies in 2004 and pursued specialized training in aviation and maritime security, events management, and supervisory management. In 2007, she was promoted to Port Police Corporal and later became a certified trainer for the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority, SNASPA. As a newly appointed sergeant, Lucia continues to demonstrate leadership and dedication, fostering collaboration and enhancing the Port Police Department's efficiency. For her remarkable contributions and unwavering service, Lucia King is a deserving recipient of the St. Lucia Long Service Award.
Absolutely wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And we do have one more individual musical rendition, and we'd like to invite Miss Anisha Antoine to perform this evening.
Hit me low, hit me low. Hit me low, hit me low. Hila, 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 hila. Hila o métier, mon souche bon noya. Hila, 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 hila. Hila o métier, mon souche bon noya. Aïe 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 du pas plein comme ça, ou caille croisé chez moi. Aïe 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 du pas plein comme ça, pas play with ça, ou caille croisé jamais. Même si moi marcher, même si moi marcher, même si moi douiller, même si moi aller, moi ni pour vivre. Pas fait bien scatcher, tout ça inutile. J'aime moi, c'était moi, c'est où moi en mer. Aïe 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 de tout. Pas play comme ça, ou caille croisé jamais. Aïe 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 de tout. Pas play comme ça, ou caille croisé jamais. Aïe 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 de tout. Pas play comme ça. Pas play comme ça, ou caille croisé jamais. Même si moi marcher, même si moi aller, même si moi aller, moi ni pour vivre. Pas fait bien scatcher, tout ça est inutile. J'aime moi, c'était moi, c'est où moi en mer. Zo bien là? Tout le monde bien? Zo ka chanter avec moi? Ou dit oui? Dis why? Dis why? Dis why encore? Moi dis why? Maman la dit why? Zo pas oui? Eh ben nous ka descendre. Vini. Chanter. Dis why? Maman elle a dit why, maman elle a dit why, dis why encore, dis ça bon moi. Maman elle a dit why, et dit why encore, dis ça toujours. Maman elle a dit why, maman elle a dit why, dis ça bon moi, dis ça encore. Les entends y ont parlé, c'est pas moi y ont parlé. Les entends y ont parlé, c'est pas moi y ont parlé. Wallo Shabbat maman, Wallo Shabbat papa, Wallo Shabbat maman, Wallo Shabbat papa. Maman elle a dit why, et dit why encore. Dis ça même comme moi, dis ça comme moi. Maman elle a dit why, et dit why encore. Dis ça toujours, dis ça comme moi. Les entends y ont parlé, c'est pas moi y ont parlé. Les entends y ont parlé, c'est pas moi y ont parlé. Wallo Shabbat maman, Wallo Shabbat papa, Wallo Shabbat maman, Wallo Shabbat papa. Maman elle a dit why, maman elle a dit why, dis why encore, dis ça même comme moi. Maman elle a dit why, dis why encore, dis ça toujours. Dis why encore, maman elle a dit why, maman elle a dit why, maman elle a dit why, maman elle a dit why. Vous en voulez encore? Vous en voulez toujours? Dis oui. Si bon, dis bon. Saoudi, ma catan tout le monde. Touchez tête tout. Touchez tout. Touchez ouais ou. Moi tigo. Hey, Zaiwa, Zaiwa, vous connaissez ça, la J, Anouali. Vous connaissez ça, qui ça? Chantez, Magotine la baba kamile, kilidu kilisi mamele, anchebe ante punuwe, anchebe an punuwe, anchebe an we punuwe, anchebe an jam punuwe, Magotine la baba kamile, kilidu kilisi mamele, anchebe ante punuwe, anchebe an punuwe, anchebe an we punuwe, anbaya chibo punuwe, alakadu alakadu alakadu, alakadu alakadu alakadu, alakadu alakadu alakadu, alakadu alakadu alakadu, Magotin la baba kawile, hilidu kilisi mamele, anchebe ante punuwe, anchebe an punuwe, anchebe an we punuwe, anbaya chibo punuwe, Zaiwa, Saudi, chantez encore. Tout le monde chante. Magaton tout le monde. Ça vous dit. Encore. Ça vous dit Zaiwa. Anuka di Zaiwa. Zaiwa. Merci à vous.
The mighty terror is asking for an encore, but it is not a calypso tenser. Thank you so much, Anisha. I think she deserves another round of applause. Anisha Antoine. That certainly woke us up. And we now continue with the Long Service Awards. We'll call on Mrs. Natalie Jolie Fanes.
The St. Lucia Fire and Emergency Services. Mr. Justin Setmari, Sub-Officer. Mr. Justin Setmari joined the St. Lucia Fire Service on August 20th, 1993 at 18 years old, dedicating 31 years to serving the nation with exceptional commitment and professionalism. Over the years, he has held various leadership roles, including crew chief at the Miku Fire Station, Crash Fire Hall, and Viewfort Fire Station, the Southern Region's headquarters. These positions have honed his skills and leadership capabilities, earning him recognition as an outstanding firefighter. Mr. Setmari's dedication and strong work ethic led to his promotion to sub-officer, a role in which he has excelled. His specialized training in aerodrome operations, incident command systems, and search and rescue gained through courses in Barbados and local training sessions has further solidified his expertise. Renowned for his knowledge and leadership, Mr. Setmari has been instrumental in the fire service's success and actively mentors younger colleagues. His invaluable contributions continue to strengthen the organization, ensuring excellence in public service. Sub-Officer Mr. Justin Setmari receives the Public Service Long Service Medal. Station Officer, Mr. Constantine De Freitas. Mr. Constantine De Freitas dedicated 33 years of exemplary service to the St. Lucia Fire Service, embodying resilience, commitment, and excellence in public service. Beginning his career on January 7, 1991, he displayed unwavering passion and professionalism, excelling in roles from firefighter to emergency medical technician. His dedication and exceptional skills propelled him to the rank of station officer in 2018. In this leadership role, Mr. De Freitas made a lasting impact by improving systems, procedures, and training, ensuring the department operated with the highest level of professionalism. He also played a pivotal role as a mentor, dedicating countless hours to training young firefighters, instilling in them a commitment to excellence. Mr. De Freitas' legacy is seen in the professionalism of the department and the careers he shaped. His contributions have fostered a culture of excellence, leaving an indelible mark on the St. Lucia Fire Service and its service to the nation. Station Officer Mr. Constantine De Freitas is therefore awarded the Public Services Long Service Medal.
We now move to the final awards for this evening. The St. Lucia Prison Service Bordelais Correctional Facility. Correctional Officer 2, McLean 3, McLean Emmanuel. Mr. McLean Emmanuel has dedicated 26 years of service to the Government of Saint Lucia as a prison and correctional officer. He began his career on November 1st, 1998 as a Prison Officer 1 at Her Majesty's Prison, where he performed custodial duties and supervised the prison bakery. In January 2003, he transitioned to the Bordelais Correctional Facility after completing specialized training for the correctional service environment. Mr. Emmanuel's professional development includes training in control and restraint techniques, correctional emergency responses, riot drills, and behavior modification. He also participated in advanced training such as self-defense, tactical control measures, and cell extraction during the mock prison riot training in West Virginia. Promoted to Correctional Officer 2 in 2008 and Correctional Officer 3 in 2015, Mr. Emmanuel has served as a leader of the Special Operations Response Team, contributing to successful operations and the confiscation of prohibited items. As a trainer and mentor, he has played a significant role in developing new recruits. The management of the Bordelais Correctional Facility acknowledges Mr. Emmanuel's unwavering commitment and exemplary service, making him a valued contributor to St. Lucia's correctional system. Mr. McLean Emmanuel is honored with the Public Service Long Service Medal. Correctional Officer 2, Mr. Stephen Weeks. Mr. Stephen Weeks dedicated over 26 years to the prison service, beginning his career at Her Majesty's Prison in August 1998 after completing formal training in May 1998. His commitment to duty was evident during the pivotal transfer of approximately 500 inmates to the newly opened Bordelais Correctional Facility in 2003, where he transitioned to Correctional Officer 1 and later earned promotion to Correctional Officer 2 in 2008. Throughout his career, Mr. Weeks served in various critical areas, including the residential units, kitchen, reception, and gatehouse. However, his most notable contribution was his exceptional performance on the escort team, where he ensured the secure and timely transport of high-risk inmates to court, medical facilities, and other appointments. Recognized for his firm and reliable approach, Mr. Weeks played a vital role in maintaining order and security. The Bordelais Correctional Facility extends gratitude for his service and contributions to national security. Mr. Stephen Weeks is honored with the Public Service Long Service Medal.
Can we have a rapturous round of applause for all our recipients today, all of the 40 very deserving St. Lucians. And Your Excellency, we'd like to thank you for investing our recipients into the Order of Saint Lucia. Thank you, Your Excellency. Of course, before we commit the ceremony to closure, we have a few other formalities to complete. one of which is a musical tribute by the Royal St Lucia Police Band. What can we say about the Royal St Lucia Police Band? Absolutely awesome. Awesome performance, clean, sweet music. So at this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Augusto De Gazo, the co-chair of the National Independence Committee, to deliver the closing remarks. Mr. De Gazo.
Thank you very much. I don't usually do this, but in the interest of time, I just ask that you allow me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. That notwithstanding, I want to recognize the Excellencies, Sir Cyril Errol Charles, Governor General, and Lady Charles, Honorable Alvina Reynolds, President of the Senate, Honorable Claudius Francis, Speaker of the House, Honorable Philip Joseph Pierre, Prime Minister, and Miss Felix, Governor General Emerita, Dame Paulette Louise, my principal at the A-Level College, awardees, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of Cabinet, senators, Monsignor Patrick, Dr. Patrick Paba Anthony, Monsignor Michel Francis, Father Goodman, and other members of the clergy, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is indeed an honor to be here this afternoon on this momentous occasion as we gather to celebrate the achievements and accomplishments of our distinguished St. Lucians. The investiture ceremony is the final event on the official Independence 46 calendar. This grand finale is an opportune moment to laud our awardees and to reflect on the wide range of talents and achievements. The theme for this year's Independence celebrations, Devant Ensemble, Health and Well-Being for a Prosperous Nation, aligns perfectly with Sustainable Development Goal number 3, which speaks and focuses on good health and well-being. Achieving this goal will ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for us all. The theme reflects the government's recognition that health and well-being are important variables in determining the prosperity of our beloved nation. As we get set to celebrate World Health Day in 2 weeks' time, let us continue to make health and well-being a priority in our lives. World Health Day is a global health awareness day celebrated every year on April 7, under the sponsorship of the World Health Organization. The theme for World Health Day 2025 is Healthy Beginnings, Hopeful Futures, and focuses on improving maternal and newborn health and survival. In this year's campaign, the World Health Organization will highlight the evolving need for health systems to address the many underlying health issues that impact maternal and newborn health. The Ministry of Health must be applauded for embarking on a campaign to sensitize the public on proactive health tips for healthy and fulfilling life. Some of the health tips include a balanced diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, regular exercise, sufficient sleep, limiting unhealthy fats, sugar, and salt, and drinking plenty of water throughout the day. Note, I said proactive health tips, as in the local Creole Palace, we say pont du vent, avant de vos ponts. The government continues to invest heavily in the health infrastructure of St. Lucia. Only recently, on February 28, 2025, the Larissus Wellness Center was officially opened, much to the delight of the residents of the community. This comes about 3 months after the launch of the first phase of the Dr. Betty Wells Urban Polyclinic at the Dr. Winston C. Paris Medical Complex. As we draw this momentous ceremony to a close, let me express, on behalf of the Independence Planning Committee, my heartfelt gratitude to each on every one of you for your tireless dedication, insightful contributions, and collaborative spirit throughout this year's 46th anniversary of St. Lucia's independence. Your commitment and unwavering support to our shared vision as a nation has been truly inspiring. May the awardees we have honored here today pave the way for a more thriving and equitable future for all St. Lucians, both here and abroad. I want to thank the Almighty for allowing us to celebrate and congregate today in what started off as fine weather, but I want to thank the Almighty as well for the showers of blessing. It is anticipated that, or it is forecast, a very dry season for St. Lucia. So the showers were indeed showers of blessing. I extend sincere thanks to all who exerted effort in ensuring the success of this year's event, to the Prime Minister and his Cabinet of Ministers for the support offered to the committee in the administration and execution of the independence celebrations. I say thank you. Sincere gratitude to the Excellencies for gracing the occasion, and a heartfelt thank you to the Assistant Permanent Secretary and the dedicated staff of the Office of the Governor General for the successful collaboration and spearheading of all the preparations for this event. Thank you, Monsignor Dr. Patrick Anthony, for doing the invocation. Last year, Father Ignatius Dominic Situt did the honors, and today he is one of our distinguished awardees. Congratulations, Father Situt, one of my seniors at the Castries Comprehensive Secondary School. Thank you to the Chair of the Awards Committee, Mrs. Mauricio Thomas Francis, and the Awards Committee, and the members of the team. I applaud our Chair of Proceedings, Mr. Marcellus Casabon, for a job excellently done. Our authors, Mrs. Natalie Jolie Fanis and Ms. Kibataliam, thank you for your outstanding deliveries. Mr. Kyle Ernest and Ms. Anisha Antoine, Mama IDY, that was truly, truly entertaining. Thank you for your special renditions, which were indeed a true representation of your great talents. To the Events Company of St. Lucia, your dedicated support and assistance in the effective planning and execution of this significant event cannot be overemphasized. To the Royal St. Lucia Police Band, for your dedication and commitment, we thank you for always making it possible. The live broadcast of this investiture ceremony could not have been possible without the hard work of the Director of Information Services and the staff of the GIS team. Thank you for allowing our fellow St. Lucians to celebrate with us here and beyond our borders. We say a big thank you to all our other service providers who supported this event. A special thank you to Flow for providing the necessary technical infrastructure to facilitate the live broadcast of this event. Our official photographer from Belle Portue, the production team, Barbie Limited, our sponsor, our technical team from the Ministry of Infrastructure, the medical personnel from the Ministry of Health, the St. Lucia Fire Service, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force for Security and Traffic Management, the protocol officers from the Ministry of External Affairs. Last year, I forgot to single them out, and they are always there doing their thing in the background. Thank you so much. Our caterers, bartenders, and other key personnel who remained committed to a successful event. Finally, our esteemed awardees, the reason we are here today. Let us all give them a round of applause. congratulations for your sterling contributions to our nation. As we prepare for next year's celebration, let us strive to maintain a healthy lifestyle so that together we can achieve a healthy and stronger St. Lucia. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Degazo. Very well captured. This was a very fitting set of closing remarks. And in keeping with the accent on health and good health, we will have fruit basket presentations this evening, not a bouquet of flowers, as we have traditionally had. First to Mrs. Mauricia Thomas Francis, who has been the lead figure in the awards committee. So I'd like to invite Mr. Akeem Philip to make the presentation of the fruit basket to Mrs. Thomas, a very, very hard-working professional, deserving of a rapturous round of applause for her work today. Thank you for your service, Mrs. Mauricia Thomas Francis. And to Her Excellency, Mrs. Anicia Charles, we call on Ms. Shanadon Shalmine to make a presentation of the fruit basket. I'm so glad that I got the pronunciation correct this year, Ms. Shanadon Shalmine. I think we can all agree that this has been a wonderful ceremony. We were blessed with various elements of the weather, exciting renditions, and most of all, our recipients, very deserving recipients, who have inspired us by their lives, and we wish them well as they continue on life's journey. Interesting enough, 122 years ago, the Wright brothers on this day applied for a patent for their airplane. And now we're not just flying through the atmosphere, we're going to space. So this is just the spark we need. These men had a belief in themselves that they could do something great. Sometimes people don't believe we can do it. But as St. Lucians, we have seen that between last year when we had our ceremony to this point, we have 2 Olympic medals to our names as St. Lucians. We should clap for ourselves as St. Lucians. So as we close, I will invite all of us now to stand for the national anthem, which will be rendered by the Royal St. Lucia Police Band. So we would like to ask guests to remain standing for the departure of their excellencies. So Errol Charles, Governor General of St. Lucia, and Lady Anicia Charles. Followed by the departure of the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, and Miss Mary Felix. And we ask all of our other guests to remain standing for the recession of our award recipients today to the Government House. Recipients, you may make your way. And guests are invited to the Government House residence for reception. My name is Marcellus Casaboy. I was the chair of proceedings today, and it was a pleasure serving you. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.
much better. Every moment that we've ever shared is for the here and now. I want a life filled with pleasure. Girl, close your eyes, hold out your hand. This is gonna be so special. Open your eyes, here is my plan. I wanna make this official. You should be more than my woman, more than my girl, more than just a love undercover. You should be more than my woman, make you my world. I want to love you forever. So much more than just a love affair. To you I give my trust. That is how I feel.